All right, ADP comes out, and it was hot, 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 hot. I don't know. Can we get used to the idea of the hedge fund industry world, or the hedge fund vocabulary, I guess you could say? Hot, hot, hot. It's up 192 versus, was it 175? I mean, it's only 15,000. Is that 15,000? 17,000. It's only 17,000 more. It seems odd at times when we get excited about 17,000. I don't know. At least to me, it seems odd. But it is what it is. What it really comes down to, I would assume. Oh, there! Oh, look at this. Yana says that. I got a request list. I like that. I like answering questions. Oh yeah, and you're looking at the Donald Trump stock. Yeah, it's come off its lows. It's in the 50s last I saw. Market is barely looking at ADP. All attention is on earnings. Yes, exactly. And you know what? If there's more jobs, that's a good thing. That's that's what I was thinking. I'm thinking to myself, the markets are looking at earnings, just like Yano said, and I'm thinking to myself, why? Hey, Robin, and I'm thinking to myself, why doesn't that not push the markets up, not take them down? There's no doubt that the market got hooked on the jazz that we were going to lower the rates. Lower the rates, please. May we have more, please? It's like watching Oliver, can we have more money, please? I mean, Biden's thrown like $7.5 trillion out there already in 3 years. It's like, can we have more? That's why we have inflation. You can't do that stuff without generating inflation. Stock market seems to be firming up more and more. I think we're heading towards that unchanged in some areas. Now, the S&P 500, let's see if we can do, what do we got here? And let's take care of Janos to start off with. Let's just show you from the beta, since I think I have the beta on the screen. And then we'll go in and look at the big screen a little bit more with the more live. Let's see, where's that mousey at? There's the mousey's right there. And that is, yesterday's algorithm. Oh, Robin, see that? We've got them down. We got the algorithm filling in at 30. And the weekly will be 30, I think, once the stock, normally I think it's when it starts to trade. Yeah. So this is yesterday's close. So I think we've got 3/4 of the code straightened out. I'm really happy with that. So we're going to have to start thinking about advertising that. But anyway, not the intraday, just the daily and the weekly. All right, so now let's go over to Giannis' stuff again. And the market, everybody wants to see it too. I'm sure it's not just Giannis. But let's go take a look at it on the, where's it at? We go like this, we go like that, and we go like there. And there it is. And let's put it up on the screen so we can see it. Where are you? Right there. Okay. And so, let's see, let's give this a reload. That's hard to believe. Oh, I see what the issue is. It's barely unchanged. This has got to get cleaned out. That's all wrong from yesterday. That's just all wrong. So we'll wait for that to change, and then we'll get a better feel for it. Matter of fact, I wonder if I can get it as a pre-market. Let's see. Let's change that. Yeah, let's try that. Pre-market. No, didn't do it there. Sometimes I can get it to just give us the number right on the edge of it. Market is barely looking at. Yeah, all right. Okay. So let's do this. Regular hours. There's regular hours, and then it's right there, and then it's pretty much unchanged as we speak right now, I believe. Let me go see where SPY is trading. SPY is trading at, where's SPY trading? SPY is trading at 50.74. So okay, so it's down about a handle. Okay, that's not it's down about $1. Okay, and so we'll see how that opens up. But we're in the cells there and so forth in the daily cell, and today it will be it'll open up as a minus a cell again. Now but if they start to get this thing plus, that could start to turn it over the next couple of days. I don't know what Powell can say that the market doesn't already think. I guess he can be a cheerleader in a conservative way. All right, let's see. Let's do Meta. Where's Meta? Let's go right there. Let's see. Okay, and here's Meta. But what can Powell really say today? I mean, obviously, he'll. Okay, so Meta is at 427.54. Just down a little bit for the day so far. Nothing major. It closed yesterday at where did it close yesterday? It closed yesterday at 29.72. It's at $2 lower, Meta, and still in the weekly. And yeah, that's right. Let's put that line in there too, right there. So that's pretty much the name of the game there. It's awful hard to imagine him saying anything too unexpected. I mean, I think the best thing he can say that would make markets happier is if that we're not raising rates right now, and we don't see a reason for the moment to have to raise rates. And we will be cutting rates. More than likely, we'll be cutting rates more than we're going to be raising rates. I would think that would be his message. I would be surprised if it's anything beyond that. Now let's go take a look at. Let's save this for the fun of it. Save. Let's go look at the Qs. And the Qs. Q. Right there. It's doing that same thing. It closed at 23.18. Actually, it's up. It's up now. It's at 23.21. So we're actually moving up. That'll be interesting. Once this market gets going and we get rid of this junk data in here from yesterday, that'll be fine. And luckily, we don't get that in the futures. We could do that. We could take a look at the futures. Let's take a look at the NQ. Let's see, NQ. All right, that's yesterday. Let's see where today is. There we go. Yeah, so it shows that it's gaining here. We're getting some strength out of it. It's a little bit higher than yesterday, not by much. I mean, just pretty much unchanged. We'll see how this starts to turn up. See if we start to get some turn. And we'll see how the QQQs do the same thing. From there, we go over to... Oh, yes! You should see the way that thing took off. Let's see if it's not there. It's... yeah, it was... they knew it was coming. Let's put it this way. It's like 6 weeks in a buy, So... And it's been jumping for a couple of days. It's been... They must have known, the insiders must have known they're going to change the classification of marijuana's category. They must have known this for a while because you see we've been in a weekly buy since here in the $2 area, and now it's trading at $14. Okay, and at the same time it went into the buy right here. You see that? Let's widen this out for you a little bit more. And so you can see it went into the buy right there at $7, and now it's trading at $14. So that CGC, the insiders knew that that they were going to lower the category. So it's going to be moved away from being cocaine and heroin. And marijuana is going to go up there with Tylenol and like aspirin and something like that. Advil, It's going to be in the same category. That's what they're saying. Okay. And then, let's see, what was the next one? Amazon. Let's go take a look at Amazon. Right there. All right there. It's up higher from yesterday. It's in the sell from yesterday. Let's put that sell in there. We're in the weekly sell. Let's put that in there. There we go. So let's see if they roll over from here. If this is early market stuff, we'll see what they do. But more than likely, it would be logical to buy the puts. They're giving you a chance. All right. From there, SBUX. What is that? That sounds familiar. What is SBUX? I forget what that is, but it sounds familiar. Let's go put it in somewhere. Close. There. SBUX. XBUX. That sounds so familiar. Oh, I know. Is that the coffee company? Maybe that's what that is. SBUX. Where is it at? We're looking at the right one. Oh, I know which one. We need to open up. Okay, so close that. Close this. Yes to all. And then let's open it up over here. That's where there is it. There we go. All right. Let's take a look at. Let's see. Where's it at? You want SBUX? Isn't that Starbucks? That must be Starbucks. Let's see. Let's put it in right there. Starbucks. Okay. Okay, and close. Now let's do it. There it is. SBUX. No, not there. This one. Come on, give me the weekly. Widen it. There we go. So it's in a weekly sell. Let's push this up. There we are. So it's been in a weekly sell since back in here. So right there, it's been in a weekly sell. There it is. So there's been in a weekly sell back there. Now look at the daily on this thing. It was all over the place. Went into a sell, went back into a buy, went into a sell, went back into a buy, and looks like right there it was in a buy in a weekly sell. So it didn't give us that heads up we were looking at. So that is, let me get it. I should have a notebook on this too, right with you. So market news and data. Let's try that. Okay, so Let's put in there. SBUX did not work. XBX. BUX. And what's today's date? That is 5/1. So we'll make it 4/30/24. Okay. It's in a weekly sell, but a daily buy. So that didn't do it. That kept us in neutral. Okay, so now what's the next one? SMCI. Let's see. SMUI. No, it's SMCI. Sorry about that. CI. CI. There we go. Look up. There it is. Close. All right, now let's put that in there. There it is. There we are. Now see, this one was also in a weekly sell, but it was in a daily buy also. So SMCI didn't have that daily sell, so you just sit neutral on it. Only when they both line up do we get involved in it. Okay, so SMCI 30/24. Weekly sell, daily buy. Okay. And then let's see where we go from there. We go to AMD. Let's see where the AMD is. AMD right there. Coming in at it was in a daily buy and a weekly sell. Another one of those that are still in it. Was there earnings yesterday in that? And then from there, let's put that one down. And then here is the Donald's stock. Matter of fact, it's not even there. I know where it's at. I keep it right here on one of my front pages. That is interesting. Right there. So in other words, it came in as a weekly buy, but it's been flirting with the daily sell. But it's been in the. What was very curious, I was watching this, because I thought, wow, look at this. It was in the sell for all that movement there, and now we've been in the daily buy. Right there. We've been in the daily buy from the 33 area, 32 area, something like that, 34 area, and now we're up to around the 50ish. That's yesterday. I understand the stock is in the 50s this morning. So there is that. That's the Donald Trump stock. And supposedly what he did is he owns 65% of the company now. He had 60% of the company, so they sold it down, and he bought stock going down. And he bought another 5% of the company. He's gonna make a lot of money from that. Kind of reminds me of the old George Bush, George Herbert Walker Bush, the father. He moved his family to Texas to try to make money in oil, and really didn't do too well. Just did all right. Ended up in politics more, and so. And then what happened was, after he was president, he ended up getting something. He was one of these internet companies back in the 90s offered him stock if he would do some commercials or something like that, do some promotion, and they gave him, I forget what they gave him. They gave him like like 1% of the stock, and the stock took off, and he made something like $70 million. And he said, "Geez, if I'd only known, like capitalism, if I had only understood capitalism or something like that." And so, he became wealthy because of him promoting a company after he left the presidency, and they paid him in stock, and he thought, how can I go wrong if they just pay me in stock? If it succeeds, it succeeds. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And back in those days, it didn't. It wasn't because of him doing the advertisement. They just wanted that big a name. That's all. And sure enough, I forget who it was. It wasn't like I can't remember. It was one of the Japanese internet computer companies of some form. Whatever it was. And so he made the money, and he says, "Wow, I should have done capitalism a long time ago." Yeah, guess what? You should have. But here Trump has never been a stock guy, but the politics has forced him to be involved in an internet company, and now he's worth like $3 billion more than what he was before. So, at one point he was worth $6 billion more when it first went public. Right now he's like $3.5 billion worth more. So not bad. It's interesting. It's kind of unique. Definitely unique. So I think the stock went public at 50. So it's back up to what they call the syndicate price. All right. So that is that. So now where do we go from here? Let's go back to markets seem to be relatively quiet. It seems like they're trying to build a base in here. I don't know if they break out of the 57 area, maybe. If they get through that, maybe we'll see a move up into the 65 area. Another $10 move on the upside. And so did we do the Amazon? I'm sure we did the Amazon. Yeah, we did the Amazon, right? Let me just go back and check. And there we did the Amazon. Yeah, exactly. And so Amazon's still lifting up. It's going in the wrong direction, so it's giving you a chance to buy those puts. Cool. All right. Where else are we? So from there, let's go over to the... Oh, we didn't even look at the dollar index this morning. Let's take a look at the dollar index. I think it's still in the buy. It's been in a buy now for like 3 or 4 days. Yeah, 4 days. And obviously that's because, they're not lowering the interest rates. I mean, that puts the chill into the markets when they, not chill. I mean, it brings markets, it brings the currency pairs, it puts strength in the currency pairs when they talk about lowering interest rates. That's what it really comes down to. So, all right, still in that weekly buy. And it's been hanging out in the daily buy for 4 days now. It really, it's been all over the place. Let's go look at. Let's look at the euro itself. There's the euro. The euro really rallied up yesterday when they. I guess they're That's interesting. No, that's the Swiss. That doesn't make sense. There you go. That makes more sense. I was going to say, why would they rally up? Yeah, see, now it's turning up a little bit here today. It went into the sell yesterday. Right there. Really tight, confused market when you see all this up and down, sell, buy, sell. And if Powell says something that makes them feel comfortable, if they start believing that the real next move by the Fed will be to cut. I think that's what he was trying to convey when he said they were going to cut 3 times this year. I think he was trying to make it clear that really the next direction is, to cut, not necessarily to raise rates. And so I know that they look at the inflation and they say it's sticky, and I know that they have all that issue about it, but it's really not. It's really not doing anything more than just making that noise. I want to call it noise. That's what it comes down to. It's noise. And so, long as that noise is there, it makes them a little nervous and think, well, maybe they're not going to cut so soon. I think that I think that the markets are beyond. Honestly, I think that the short-term money that's pushing the markets down right now, even the weekly money that's pushing it down, is not brave enough to liquidate as much as it's taking profits. Last month we saw the market's down basically anywhere from 5 to 4.5%, depending on which index you measure it: SPY, Tech 100, or the Dow Jones Industrial Average. So that's not that bad when we look at the yearly gain that it has had. It's still up, I guess, about 6-7%. It's still pretty strong. So I mean, we're not exactly in a really hideous position. It's not a bad position. It's giving everybody opportunities to get long. I mean, Mr. Trump is going to take this economy into, back to where he left it 4 years ago, and that is going up in value, lower inflation, better pay, the whole bit. So it's hard to believe anybody can even liquidate. They're probably forced to liquidate because of their incorporation. The manifesto, that they have to follow that manifesto. If they don't follow the manifesto, they get in trouble. So I would say that that's pretty much the answer to it all. All right, now from there we go over to the British pound. Let's see that. I heard this morning they were looking at the gains and losses for the month, and the FTSE is still up last month. And FTSE's been moving around. I guess you could say, make a joke out of it and say the FTSE has been FTSEing with all-time highs. It's been up in the all-time highs. So the FTSE is very firm. Now, someone, one of the people, when asked out of one of the European agencies, out of the London office, said, "Hey, what do you think is doing it?" They said, "Oh, well, the pound has been weak." And I'm thinking to myself, I don't see that much of a weakness from it. Here it is on the screen. I mean, think about it. Going back to November, it's higher than November. Here's December. It has been higher, from here basically. In other words, let's put a line in where December. Okay, here we go, right there. So we go like that, and we'll make that like let's make it white. Okay. And so, that's where it was at the beginning of the year. It was more higher, then it tested it, went higher again, tested it, went higher. Not this time, it didn't make a higher high, made a new low, and now we're back again there. So, it's hard to blame the price of the FTSE. I'm sorry, blame the price of the cable. It is. It's, in other words, I can't see that having that much influence at the moment. I'm sure it can at times with no problem, but not. I mean, like the way we see yen and the Nikkei, there's definitely influence enormously on it. But that's when this thing's going up, it's gaining against the dollar. So going back to November of last year, it's been gaining against the dollar. It's higher than when it was in November. So I don't see that as something that's making the FTSE sloppy or weak. And that's what the person out of the London office was trying to say, is that it's weak because of the pound. And I thought to myself, it's at all-time highs. I mean, can't people buy and sell? I mean, when you have something, you're making money in it. Isn't it logical to take a little of the profit? I would say so. So that's where my head is at. Okay. All right. From there, we go over to the cable. Not the cable. I'm sorry. The Swiss. And the Swiss, when it's rising, it's losing against the dollar. So in other words, you see this move like right there. It's moving against the dollar and losing, and So there's pressure on it. But then again, they're fighting their inflation and they refuse to give up. And I'm impressed with their actions. Thank goodness. They never said anything stupid like transitory. Can you imagine? The Secretary of Treasurer, who was formerly the Fed chair, that is the Fed chair, and the President of the United States kept on singing that song for almost a year and a half. Transitory, transitory, transitory. Well, guess what? It was not. All right, now here is a good example, and let's put the Nikkei up on the beta at the same time. Let's see, beta, 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 beta. Come here, beta, 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 beta. Where are you? NKD. There it is. So there is, as you can see here, there's a currency that has gone from just in the last year, it's gone from 105 to 160. Okay, there's a monster move. It's like a Turkish situation, and at the same time, you can see here. That is all-time highs. It took this product and took it all the way up to all-time highs. It was down in the 33,000 area with that rise. So I can see there where currency had an influence on the stock index of its country. But not much more than that. The FTSE does not seem to be showing that whatsoever. All right. So from there, let's see, how we got going there. It seems like the equity market just seems to be stalled at the moment. Let's go to, where do we go from here? We go over to Turkey itself. There's Turkey, and it's trying to turn back up. It seems like it's in this box. I like that. I would be happy if they'd stay there for the next couple of years. Just stay there. Don't go up any higher, please. You can see it's playing with the weekly sell with no problem. That's a good thing. Anything to make that currency gain against the euro is a good thing. These people have gone from 1 to 35, or in this case here it's at 34.75. So when you go to 1.00 to 34.75, that is hyperinflation. That is, that's stellar. It's like through the roof inflation. So imagine you walk into a store. You used to be able to take a Turkish lira out and buy a bottle of soda, right, for maybe a half a lira. Now it takes you 34 lira to do the same thing. It's like whoa, that's tough, very, very tough. All right, from there we'll slide over to the South African rand. It seems to be still on that downwardly slope, which means we should be seeing strength in the metals complex. And the only one we really see any strength in is platinum right there. Platinum is still holding up, and it's in a weekly buy and a daily buy. After that, it gets real sloppy. Copper went into the sell yesterday. It's down a little bit today. In a weekly buy, though, so you just figure that they're just profit taking. Same thing with silver. Silver in a sell for 4 days, but at the same time in that weekly buy. So it's trying to hold on with the strength. Gold, there's gold. Gold went into the sell yesterday. It's lifting its head up just a little bit. It's the most accurate to follow the yen, the rand, the South African rand, ZAR. And you can see here it's still in that weekly buy. It's getting a little dangerously close, but still in that buy. So when we see the South African rand kind of flirting and gaining against the dollar, then obviously it puts pressure. And I did see a headline out of China, something about trying to fix the real estate market, because they've gone bankrupt in some of their major corporations that invest in real estate over there. They've lost billions, and they're trying to figure a way of kind of firming it up. I think they're talking about some better way of doing ownership or something of that nature. So that'd be nice. I heard one of the analysts on CNBC a couple of days ago say, well, we really were hoping for China to, lift the world market up, 6 months ago. We were hoping we were going to see strength from China, but it hasn't come. It's like it can't come. It's like a colony of the United States. If America's not doing well, it's not doing well. That's the way it works. All right. From there, we'll go over to the energy sector. And there is crude oil. Crude oil moving down for a third day. Nice, because it's expensive at the pump. And in a weekly sell for a second week. And then, oh, wait a minute. I don't think you're seeing that. Let's get that up on the screen there. There. So there's the crude oil. I don't think you saw the metals. Let me put the metals back through there again. Let me just. I thought I had the screen on. No one noticed the difference. So there's copper. You see it's pressing down, but still in that buy right there on the weekly and a daily sell. So it's trapped. They're profit taking. That's about it. Same thing here. They're in a sell for 4 days on a daily basis, and on a weekly basis still in a buy. So they're not exactly. I know it's come down about $3.50 from its high, or $3.25 or something like that, but not the worst thing. Same thing here. We can see gold has been trying to press down just from yesterday, and it's already lifting up. You can see the weekly's been in a buy for 3 months now, and see that all those weekly buys. And then at the same time, you can see it's getting close to the sell. Now, if we see gold go into a weekly sell, then we know that we're going to start to see some. Well, we would be surprised if we saw a South African rand that was strong. But right now, I think it's more of the dead cat bounce thing. It's profit taking. They made a lot of money. We went into the weekly buy somewhere around 19 or something like that, 18 and a half, and it's gone up to 2,400. So you got to take some profits, guys, gals. You must do the profit thing. Alrighty. So from there, now we'll go over back to the energy sector. Let's see, where's it at? Right there. So we saw crude oil right there. And let's take a look at it on the beta too. There it is right there. So you can see, 3 days in a sell, same thing there. Let's put it up on the screen so you can see that. There it is. You can see that's yesterday, 2 days in the sell. Today's probably in a sell also because of that. And you can see the weekly, same way, in a sell for a second week. Same as the platform. See, Robin, we're getting this thing fixed. We are getting it done. We're working on it. You can actually see it. We're getting it done. All right. Now, from there, we'll go over and take a look at. I was trying to tune into North Sea oil. It just doesn't seem to want to do it. I'm not sure what the malfunction is there. They must be switching the contract, and because they're switching the contract, it's not showing us. I think that's what it comes down to. So tomorrow it'll probably update. Right now it's having its problems with North. Is that North Sea? It should be in the 90s. No, that's not right. What is that? That's platinum. That's copper. That's natural gas. It won't give me it won't give me it won't give me two things. Not only won't it give me what do you call it, Brent Sea oil, it won't give me the that Spanish company right there. It won't give me that either. So we'll leave it, go back over to natural gas there, and there's the natural gas. Is that right? I guess so. They must have switched the contract again. And so it's got some strange gap there. Let's just do that. Not that. Not that. There you go, I like that. That's kind of cute. So that's the natural gas. It's moving back down. Let's put it up on the other screen because they're not really showing us that because they must be changing the front month. And then after the markets open up at 9:30 Eastern Standard, it's 9:09. Then it'll probably update at that point. Let's see, natural gas. Let's put the natural gas in right there. There's natural gas. You can see natural gas is, went into a buy one day and then went back into the sell yesterday. Let's just steal this sell. There we are. And we're still in that weekly sell. 3, 6, 9, 12. This is the 13th week in a weekly sell in natural gas. All right. Now, from there, what we'll do is, unless someone wants to see something else, we will go take a look at the stock indices around the world. Let's see how they look. So we'll go right over to the Nikkei again, because I wasn't really paying attention to it that deeply, more than just the idea that it was blending with the the currency. You see here, it went into the sell yesterday, and that's today right there. That's the first. So we won't get the algorithm to tell us where it's at until after the market today. At least we've got it working now. That's cool. All right, and same thing. There's your weekly. It won't show us what the weekly looks like until tomorrow morning. So from there, or at the end of the day today, I think it's the end of the day today. It'll show it to us at the end of the day, which is nice. Okay, so from there we go over to the Kospi. So we look at the Pacific countries and their stock indices and see what they're doing. You can see here the Kospi. I think that's yesterday. It's not showing us what they did today. I don't know if they're closed for May Day or what. Remember, it is May Day in a lot of countries, so markets may be closed, and so that's why it's not updating to the 30th there. It's still in that weekly sell, but it's been showing strength for the last couple of days on the upside. Then from there we go over to let's see, was it the Kospi? We'll go to the Philippines. I got the Philippines in there now, so let's put the Philippines in there. There's the Philippines, and that is again yesterday. They may be closed because of the May Day situation, and you can see there's unknown caller. Unknown caller. Okay. So, it's been in that weekly sell in the Philippines, and you can see it's been driving down. We're looking at the I guess it's like the Asian NATO. It's like the Pacific ATO instead of with an N for North Atlantic Treaty. It's more like the South Pacific, the SP NATO. Yeah, it's the SP one, and so South Pacific, and so you can see here it's been a little weakness in the Philippine market up until the middle of April, and then they started to turn it back up again. Who's next over here? Let's go to. From there we go over to, we saw the Kospi and that. So now we go to Taiwan. There's the Taiwan market. The Taiwan market, are they closed today? I don't think they are. No, they're also closed. And so the Taiwan market's closed, but you can see it has that same bounce as the Philippines. And you can see it's been in a daily buy for, 5-6 days. And it's been in a weekly buy for 2 weeks now. It went into the weekly buy right there. See, it's 2 weeks in a weekly buy. So Taiwan is hanging out at some high numbers, so that's pretty good. It's not really that concerned about the geopolitical situation around it. It seems like they're organized for it. From there, we'll go to the All Ordinaries out of Australia. You can see 3 days in a sell. Let's see if Yeah, they're trading today. Okay, so there's that. The Australian one is trading, and they're not celebrating May Day. And you can see here 3 days in a sell. It's probably a fourth day now in a sell. You can see the algorithm yesterday was in a sell. You can see the weekly's been in a sell for 5 weeks now. So they've been finding ways to push this market down. Okay, let's see. From there, we go over to the Nifty 50 out of Mumbai, I believe it is. There's the Nifty 50. It's closed, it looks like, for sure. Right there, that is yesterday. So they're not showing anything today. You can see it went into the sell yesterday right there. And it's doing that same thing there. And at the same time, it's piercing the weekly. It's pushing itself into the sell this week. So, and then from there we so that does the whole Pacific and Indian Ocean, basically, the way we look at it. I don't know if there's anybody else in there we should look at. Wonder if there's like a Dubai index. I think we should have something. You know, if we're going to go into the Indian Ocean, it would be nice to see what they're doing, say, in Dubai. That would be interesting, you know. Oh, wait a second. You can't see the stock indices I just showed you. Did you see any of the stock indices that we talked about? Let me just go through them again real quick so at least you can see them. There's Mumbai. There is the All Ordinary right there. There is the Taiwan. There is the, let's go do the Philippines right there. Now this is the ETF, and there is a stock indice, but it's very thin. So the ETF is the better tool to chase after. Here is the Shanghai. I don't think we did the Shanghai before. You can see there Shanghai, and it's probably closed for sure for May Day. And it's been in a buy for 4 days. This is the fifth day. And you can see it's been 3 weeks in a buy. And something like 7 out of 8 weeks in a buy. And then let's go take a look at, let's see, Hong Kong. Hong Kong's been really riding high. Much better than anything else. Look how far. It's 1,000 points higher than these highs there. So that's pretty good. From there, we'll take a look again at the Kospi. Where is it at? Kospi, right there. And it's trying to hold up, but you can see the weekly pressure on it right there. All right, now we'll go to DAX. I'm not sure if the DAX is open. There's probably Zetra DAX is running today. But there's the DAX. That could be, I think, Mayday? No. So the DAX is not updating either because of the May Day situation, whereas the FTSE is. You can see the daily is bouncing off and on from it in a sell from yesterday and day before. And you can see here it's in a weekly sell now for 3 weeks. And then from there, we jump over to the French market. I would imagine they're on vacation for the whole week, the French. You can see it there. That's yesterday's action. The last 2 days of the week here, or the first 2 days of the week. And at the same time, you can see days and days and days of selling right here on the daily basis, and on the weekly basis, the same thing, 3 weeks in a sell. And then when we go and look at the FTSE, where's the FTSE at? And there's the FTSE. It's like 3, 6, 8, 9 days in a buy. 9 days in a buy, and you can see it there. And that is trading live today, right there, May 1st. Then from there, it's 10 full weeks in a buy too. So they don't, for some particular, to me, they're reaching. I think it's like the Trump effect. That's what I think it is. I think that money is saying, hey, I think I want to be invested. I don't want to do anything foolish and get out of the market when, in fact, this is a buying opportunity. Let's see if the SPY if they've loaded the SPY in yet. They have not. That's still yesterday. Okay. There we are. So that is the Europe, and if there's anybody who wants to see anything else in Europe, we can always put it in there. Let us know. So then I just look at the three majors, but I'm sure Milan and Spain and so forth have stock indices in Amsterdam that may be worth paying attention to, I'm sure. From there, we go over to the United States. So we'll take a look at. We can look at there's the Nasdaq, and we see the Nasdaq trying to lift up. That is today, and you can see they went into a sell yesterday, and they've been in a weekly sell in this product now for 7 weeks. So all the way back in here, they went into the weekly sell back in here in this area. Then from there, we take a look at the S&P 500. The S&P 500, pretty much a little less, but still 5 weeks in a sell since back up in here. Went into the weekly sell there. Whoop. So I went into the sell up in here. I think I can do this. It has a circly thing, so I go like this. Something like that. Went into the sell there. Let's see if we can get rid of that. And that doesn't do it. And then from there, you can see, a couple days in a sell now, and the weekly, obviously, like I said, went in the sell up in there. Then from there, we'll jump over to this one right there. And there is the Dow Jones Industrial Average. It also is in weekly sells now 6 weeks. So it's been in the sell since up in here in this topping pattern in the 40,500 area. And at the same time, we've been in a daily sell for 4 days there. This is the 5th day now. I just want to double check the S&P 500. Yeah, that's interesting how it's been more in a buy than a sell. But over here on, let's just take a look at it over here. Yeah, it was the same way as on the big platform. It was in a buy for a bunch of days, and now it's just pushed into the sell. All right, traders, what else do we got going on here? Let's take a look at the RTY. There's the RTY. This is a Russell 2000. It's been in a weekly sell, basically like the rest of them, 6 weeks, and went into the sell yesterday, and it was like last 2 out of the 3 days it's been in sells. So, and then it tried to get in. It couldn't get into the buy because we had a red dot there, so it was up, but in a red dot in the sell. And actually, let's see, 26th, is that the 26th right there? So it went into the sell on Friday. So it went into a sell there, stayed in the sell for there, stayed in the sell for there, and still in a sell. So, excuse me, basically 4 days in a sell, going on a 5th day now as we speak. So that's pretty much the Russell 2000, which is our weakest of all the, what do you call those? The weakest of the stock indices. So, all right. Any other particular interest in anything peculiar? No stock or currency to look at? Pretty much. Oh, we got to come up with a title. Let's get that title taken care of today. So, the title today. What do we do for a title today? All right. Click there. Cancel there. All right. So, let's see what yesterday's was like. Yesterday's title. There was trading with long-term analysis, short-term. Exactly. We talked about that yesterday about decision making and short-term trading. Talk about someone warning, seeing something else, then look at the chart line. And I've been talking with myself there for 20 minutes. I like that. That's good. What else can we say about any of this? I guess today, is, I think the Fed can't hurt the market today. I really don't. I think I really don't see any particular reason. Markets today. That's pretty much the way I see it. It's really hard to believe that he's going to say anything that will influence it more than something soft and happy. I can't imagine them saying anything that's going to freak it out. I think he's going to try to have some positive spin, just like when he last time he spoke. It was like, well, we're going to cut 3 times in a row before the end of the year. It's like 3 cuts. I think that's what he said. 3 cuts. Look, I think that they'll keep the rates where they're at, and if they get a chance to start to lower them, they will. But right now, I think they're just going to stay here and make the market think that it's not going to increase. That's what I think is. I don't think I think it's a very, very, very small chance, almost none, that they would say, hey, we're thinking about raising rates. I don't think they're going to say that whatsoever. He's just going to say, we will watch. I'm sure he'll say it over and over again. We will watch. All right, traders, we're out of here. This is Doc from North America. We will catch you all tomorrow, same time, same channel. And so, happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. Later, traders. This is Happy to Hump Day, so tomorrow it will be Thursday.